Hello, hello, and hello to all of my cancers. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your general reading, cancers. We're going to get right into it. This reading is for the 11th of June through the 11th of July. All right, cancers, let's go. I am talking to you if you have cancer anywhere in your birth chart, not just your sun, moon, rising, or Venus, but if cancer is your MC or IC, or if it's your Lilith, I am talking to you as well. Let's get it, cancers. Let's go. You know, for Sunday's readings, we always have questions that prepare you for the next upcoming major moon phase. So we're currently experiencing the last quarter moon phase in Pisces. It's getting everybody geared up to learn how to adapt to changes that's happening in your lives. We had a full moon in Sagittarius, which is a mutable sign just like Pisces, and we're coming up on a new moon in Gemini. So Source is really trying to get everybody a little bit more flexible, a little bit more adaptable to changes happening in your lives. You know, out with the old, in with the new, learning how to adapt to a new cycle, a new phase within a cycle. You know, let's get into it, cancers. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Remember, grab a piece of paper and a pencil, because I will be giving you some questions that's going to help you. The answers are in each one of these readings. Let's go. All right, cancers, I'm talking to you again. If you have cancer anywhere in your birth chart, this is a general reading, so take only what resonates with you. If you're interested in a personal reading, my information is down below. High Priestess card came out of the deck first and foremost. All right, so, okay. High Priestess card came out first. I mean, that's no big shocker or surprise there. You guys feel everything, right? You all are literally the mother and money sign of the Zodiac, but you all are the I feel sign. So whatever you feel, make sure, if it doesn't feel good to you, it may sound really basic, like, you know, feelings. Yeah, feelings. Those things that some people act like they don't have, you know, like people that you work with, people that you were romantically linked with, you know, just wanting you to coexist where it doesn't feel good to you. You know, it doesn't feel good to your spirit. It doesn't feel good to your soul. You all are literally the mother of the Zodiac. So the way that you nurture energy, you're going to have to be real careful with that, because water is reflective. And so it cannot be at this stage in your lives, Cancer. It cannot be, you know, that you allowing other people in your professional and your personal life to determine what kind of day you're going to have, right? Because again, you could be blocking your own money, and you could also be blocking other nurturing energies that's coming in, trying to pour fresh water into your universe, right? So here we have the Death card. Death card is letting me know that something on the other side has ended, whether it was a professional situation or personal situations, or possibly both. But on the other side, you're saying, I am in control of my water. I am in control. So I'm not letting other people decide what kind of day we're going to have. That may have been the old you, but the new you, no. The new you is saying, I'm being around other people. This is the 10 of Cups. I'm finding my soul tribe, right? I'm attracting my soul tribe of energies that's constantly pouring fresh water into my universe. You all are, like I said, the mother of the Zodiac. And so when you think about mothering energies, what kind of mother would you be to your own inner child, right? You know, even if you have kids, but what kind of mother would you be to your own inner child? Some people are afraid of self-care because they're too afraid of people saying it's selfish. Two different things, right? You want to make sure your water is filled with clear, fresh water before you can give it out to anybody else, right? You know that when like when you all are on airplanes and they're going through the safety tips, and like, you know, when the oxygen thing drops, make sure yours is on before you take care of anybody else. Even if you have kids, make sure yours is secure. Make sure yours is good, right? And so same thing here. You're a water sign. Water represents your emotions, your creativity, you know, your wide range of healthy emotions, your sexuality, your fertility. So make sure your water, you're in a good place, right? And so anyway, here we have the High Priestess energy. And so someone has an innate spiritual understanding of what they need to really thrive. We're coming out of survival mode. It's time to thrive in every area of your lives, Cancer. So that's the energy you all need to be on forever. You know, not just today, tomorrow, next week. I walk you all through the moon phases to let you know what these moon phases mean. Like Pisces, last sign in the Zodiac, is one of your sister signs. It's a water sign like you all are, but they easily get overwhelmed because they are the last sign. And they're trying to absorb literally everything here on earth, right? And so you are saying to yourself, I am highly intuitive. I'm empathic. I am a person who is determined, right? I'm determined to keep my water clear. I'm determined to protect my joy. I'm not letting anything from the outside, ruin, drain me of my joy, right? And so those are the types of energies that source is putting around you right now. Be in receiving mode of it. So somebody could meet somebody on a beach, and all of a sudden, you've made a new acquaintance, right? They still have to go through the vetting process. Remember, for you all, being on the beach somewhere is you're right in your element. So one of the things that I'm seeing, one of the things that's coming up in my spirit for you guys, and I was so excited about before doing your reading, because I'm like, oh my God, as I was, relaxing, and I was thinking, wow, Cancer? Okay. Not far-fetched. Like, this is amazing. I see a lot of you all spending an enormous amount of time on beaches, possibly a beach house, possibly owning a boat or a ship or something like that, maybe or being on a ship, like on a cruise line or something like that, taking like even short vacations wherever you live. Like, a lot of places have like the short cruise lines, like wherever you are, like New York, for instance, has a lot of, you can take short, like day cruises and things like that. They have them in just all over the world. But if you have places wherever you live, if they have like those just short day trips or whatever that you can take, or even a night cruise, and then you come back, enjoy yourself, you're still on the body of water absorbing that resource. So I see a lot of you all, like I said, spending an enormous amount of time recharging and resetting near water. That's going to help you stay in that creative space, keep you happy in that joy. Here we have the Hangman, we have the Strength card, we have the Fool card, the Ace of Swords, we have the Eight of Wands, and also the Queen of Swords. And so a lot of major changes are happening for you all. The Strength card, the Hangman, the Fool card. So the Hangman is attached to Neptune. Neptune will be going retrograde this month. And so this is where you're saying, instead of me using my imagination to keep replaying things that happen over and over again, like negative things that happen, and just keep, trying to dissect things and trying to figure out, why things happen the way that they did, you're using that imagination to dream bigger for your own future. And this is how somebody is feeling. See how this person is standing over like a body of water, almost feeling like, wow, my past is over. Some of you all may actually even be wearing yellow, some variation of yellow, to say, I'm feeling brighter, I'm feeling sunnier, I'm feeling more positive. I feel blessed and highly favored. So I do see somebody sitting on their throne, carefully vetting all the energies that's trying to come your way, including thoughts, right? Putting any negativity behind lock and key, saying, nope, no negativity over here. I got to protect my water. I have to protect my water. And so this is a container with water in it. So I got to put my emotions until somebody has earned a drop of water. And it depending on what levels it takes to get to your throne, some people get no water. Some people may get one drop of water. Some people may get 2, 3, 4, whatever, however many they need. But they had to earn that water from now on. Here we have the Ace of Swords. And so that's where your breakthrough is going to come in. And that's when you're going to start seeing things speed up, because no longer are you on that energy of saying, well, what kind of day are we going to have? You're letting somebody else determine your day. When you walk into rooms, you're walking in as yourself, your authentic mother nurturing self, because you've learned how to properly mother yourselves. So the energy that you're exuding, looking at the cards here, is that when people want to coexist with you, because you are so solid on what sets you apart, Cancer, from other Cancers, it's not even funny. Like, you're like, okay, that Cancer over there, when they get stressed or their water is getting low, they may need to nurture themselves. Let's say, for instance, if your moon sign is Scorpio, they may need to nurture themselves by going to the gym and sweating it out. Still water, right? Releasing the toxicity through that largest organ, your skin, right? Another person could be an Aquarius moon sign, could feel like, when I get stressed out, I need to drink water, and I need to call up my local place where I can volunteer my services. I may feel like I want to be around some people. I can nurture them, right? Another sign may say, I feel like I want to teach when I get, when my water gets low. Whatever it is, you're learning how to coexist with your other planetary alignments first and foremost, so that you don't feel the need to, I got to drink from this person's cup. I got to drink from this person's cup. I got to drink from this person's cup when I'm thirsty. You're not walking around like that. Okay. Perfect. All right. So yeah, whatever your Find out what mothers you, truly what nurtures you, because otherwise your default Cancer is to mother everybody, is to nurture. I'm talking to men and women Cancers. That's your default, is to nurture everything, right? But you got to know what's going to evaporate your water quickly, where now you don't have anything else to give to anybody else. So be careful with that. Be careful. Here we have the Four of Pentacles, the Five of Wands. Yep. We also have the Six of Swords. We have the Nine of Swords. We also have the Fool card again. And then we also have the Lovers card, right? So you're dealing with some people. The Fool card came out twice, by the way. Yeah, Fool card came out twice. There's two situations in particular where you may have felt like, well, foolishly, I nurtured some things I probably shouldn't have nurtured. I should have stayed on my throne, and I could have and put those low vibrating emotions, or just put my water under lock and key, right? And I should have never given any energy to it whatsoever. But guess what? That's what keeps us human here on earth, meaning that there is no such thing as a perfect human being. We became imperfect the moment we got these fleshly bodies, these earthly bodies, right? These earthly bodies, the skin is, whatever. But anyway, so Source is saying to you, a decision has been made in your favor to continue moving on from some situations that were quite painful for you, that you put your heart and soul into. Could have been working relationships, could have been friendships or whatever. You put your heart and soul into some things that you had to sail away from because it was just a nightmare. Nine of Swords. See how this person is sitting up? It was like a Freddy Krueger, what happened on Elm Street nightmare. And guess what? Those energies are still battling their demons. Here we have the Five of Wands, still battling their demons. And so what that looks like when you see Five of Wands, it's like their energy is calling out in some way. They're doing something, like a person who is looking for attention, and they are over there. You can see it out of your peripheral, right? And you say, okay, this person is over there acting a fool. They just acting up, going off, doing all kinds of stuff, spreading rumors, putting stuff on social media, talking about you behind your back. They doing anything to try to get your attention. But I'm going to tell you, starve the enemy and it will flee, right? You're not giving any air to it, meaning you're not giving any thought to it. You're not talking about it, and you're not overthinking. And again, you're not giving any water to it. You're letting this fire consume itself. And here you have a container of water where you could show any kind of emotion towards these people that are fighting their own demons. See how they fighting their own demons internally, right? You could sprinkle some water on it, but it's like, this is a level of minding your business that is taking you to the next level. That does not concern me. It's outside of my universe. So I don't need to unlock my water. I don't need to unlock my emotions, good or bad, to sprinkle any amount of water onto that fire, because you're going to let it consume them. So here we have the Lovers card. Somebody may be meeting their, soulmate or twin flame, your twin flame. The cool thing about fire is that fire can either be used for warmth or it can burn people, right? And so these people right here, you're letting their fire consume them because you're not sharing any of your emotions, your water, right? Your joy. You're not letting it steal your joy. As a matter of fact, what I see that when somebody starts to think of things, we're talking about energy, including your thoughts. This is about thinking thoughts, right? Whenever you start thinking about something that cuts you deep or hurts you bad, because your default Cancer is to go and mother something, whether it's, it's like, mothering Damien, like the seed of Satan, or you're mothering an angelic energy, but you're in adult form. So you're no longer choosing to mother energies who have chosen. Remember, we are creatures of free will. They have chosen to nurture their lower self and try to drag you down into the pits of their hell, right? On their territory. You're saying, nope, I feel good sitting on my throne, comfortable on my throne, right? And that's where I'm going to stay. And I'm not giving any water to that. So Source is saying to you, be very, very conservative with your time. What are you using your time, or are you wasting your time on something, right? We're in the last quarter moon phase. Last quarter moon phase is a time for us, to focus on inward, like look inward, look at the life, your life, and feeling like, I want to make sure that I'm balanced out. So if you didn't take away anything else from this reading, you're taking away from this reading, Cancer, just to kind of sort of just drive the point home, not to just be completely repetitive. And I know we learn by repetition, but the point that I'm seeing here in your cards is that there were other energies that wanted you to coexist at their lower frequency, but you're not coexisting. You're not a what is it called? A codependent. You don't feel like if I leave these energies behind, something bad is going to happen to them, because now you understand how energy works. Whatever we put out into the universe comes back to us. They are putting out this energy into the universe, and that's what's coming back to them. And you're not interested in sprinkling water on it to put out their flame. Like, you're not interested in answering their questions. You're not interested in responding to emails, text messages. If somebody comes to your door, you're just one warning. If you don't get away from me, I'm going to file a restraining order. I got the police on the phone. Get as far away from me as possible, whatever. But you're sending home a strong message. So some of the things that you can do during the last quarter moon phase, Cancer, is take time to reflect on the lessons of this particular lunar cycle, this one right here, because everything else it's a part of your past. And we know time is relative, but it's really a part of your past. You learned a lesson, you close out the cycle in love, and you're moving forward, right? So this lesson, we're still in a cycle. This cycle ends on the 17th. You're still in a cycle. So you've already decided, I'm dreaming bigger. That's where the full moon is Sagittarius. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is the largest planet. It's the planet of good luck, good fortune, but it's also the planet of growth and opportunity. So you've grown. When you said, I used to be able to match people's energy, what kind of day we going to have, depending on if you giving me shade, I'm going to give you shade right back, or I'm going to be shadier, or you giving me messy, I'm going to be messier. Not today. You're a totally different person. You're on your throne and preparing for nurturing energies that want your nurturing, that's appreciative of your nurturing, but also you're also attracting the money, because again, you're the money sign and the mother sign. So another thing you can do during the last quarter moon is do things that rejuvenate you. Again, being near water may rejuvenate somebody. Another thing you can do is clean your cupboards or your physical space, like your pantry or your closet space, your home, clean your space, open out your windows, like get a broom, and like you would be sweeping stuff out of your house, you can sweep energy out, like where it doesn't necessarily touch the floor, but you're like literally open up the window. I release all of this negativity, right? I release any negative energies that could be trying to attach itself to me, excuse me. And then also prioritize self-care. You can also find activities that bring you a sense of peace. And also you can get a haircut. Some people get haircuts around the last quarter moon phase because they feel like I'm cutting off, even if it's like a little trim, like a little dusting or whatever, I'm cutting away anything that could have attached itself to even my antennas, my hair. You're a water sign, but you're also you're a crab, right? Your symbol is a crab. So anything that's trying to attach itself to my antennas, I need to release it. All right, so here we have the universe, the Ace of Swords, and also the Two of Pentacles. We also have, and so here comes the questions also. Here comes the questions. We also have the Temperance card, the Nine of Swords, and also the Three of Wands. So it's definitely been two situations that have been nightmares for you, in the past. And like I said, you didn't move on from those. The universe is in your favor. You may have felt foolish, but there's no reason for you to feel foolish when you think about, I'm just a nurturer by default, right? When you think about it that way, that's going to give you some time to look at yourself and say, extend yourself some grace. Like, be gracious towards yourself, Cancer, and go, you know what? I just got to be more mindful. I know that's just my default, to go run to people's aid, to go try to help people, to stay in situations to try to make sure, they're good before I leave them, since, and like I said, you're just learning your lesson. What you're saying, getting that machete out and saying, I'm just severing ties with this. I'm done. I'm moving on. I'm moving on from it, right? And not looking back. See how this person has their ancestor? They're not looking back. A lot of you all have a lot of ancestors around you. So you may see, now, this may be funny to somebody, but it's the truth. You may see a lot of birds around you. You may feel like birds are attracted to you. When you go sit down somewhere, especially if it's an outdoor, like if you go to any restaurants where they have outdoor seating and birds just come flying up to you, your first instinct, because people have heard that some birds are so nasty, but I really want you all to start looking and start seeing why birds are attracted to you, especially since you're not returning the negative energy that people want you to return. And it could feel like you're by yourself. But remember, you're awake from a nightmare now. Those birds are flying around you to let you know you're safe. So if it's a particular color, Cancer, I want you all to immediately Google black birds, gray birds, white birds, if it was a red bird or blue bird, because that's God getting messages through to you all. Here we all have like I said, you have a guardian angel that's watching over you, really just saying to you, learn how to adapt, dream bigger. This is attached to Sagittarius. Remember, we had a full moon in Sagittarius. Just saying, dream bigger, dream bigger. An additional stream of income is coming across somebody's path. God is really trying to get somebody to have at least 2 streams of income. Again, to your wealth. Here we have the 3 of Wands. And so this is expansion here. Source is saying, instead of you focusing on, the energies that are trying to irritate your demons, Source is like, put that same fire behind an additional stream of income. Here are your questions. First question is, as we move towards this new moon in Gemini on the 18th of June, Gemini is a changeable creature. We know that the symbol is, we're not talking about any Geminis that you know, but it's a mutable sign. It's a divine masculine mutable sign. It's an air sign, right? And it's a very playful sign. It's a creative. It's a very curious sign. It loves to learn. It's literally ruled by Mercury, which is the communication planet. And so you want to make sure the communication that you send to yourself is the most important. And that first communication is, I'm no longer matching energies. I'm taking it all with a grain of salt. If you're negative, I'm not giving any energy to it whatsoever. If it's positive energy, then, and we're talking about authentic, it's genuine positive energy, then I'm taking it with a grain of salt, because I've already decided when I woke up, I'm setting my intention that today is a joyous day. It's an amazing day. It's a great day. So it's great that people are, they have already set their intentions as well, and they're coming to you with positive energy, but it's not going to make or break your day. It just kind of adds to that fresh water of yours. Hopefully that makes sense to somebody. Here are your questions. First question, Cancer, is, do you feel there's an area of your work, and do you feel there's an area of life in need of radical change, like your job, your relationships, well-being, or your home? Second question is, what is getting in the way of you changing your story? Not somebody else's story, but what's getting in the way of you changing your story? Third question, Cancer, is, how could you inject more childlike curiosity into your life? Maybe going to the beach. Maybe going to get on a boat, like a cruise or something, like a day cruise or something, or planning a cruise if you don't have a whole lot of vacation time, or if you don't have that flexibility. But what is getting in the way of you, of you changing your life? And then, of course, like I said before, the third question is, how could you inject more childlike curiosity into your life? And then the last question is, who are the 5 people you could get in touch with who could help you with your journey, right? And even if you don't have 5 people, see, Source is trying to send you at least 10, and so again, remember, people have to earn. When I talk about your water here, people have to earn levels. So some of these people could be your soulmate, and they just know how to nurture you. They could be acquaintances. They could be people that you assign title as acquaintances, friend, or something like that. Or just could be, a person that you kind of sort of see in passing every now and then, where it's not really a high maintenance relationship. They always have something good to pour into your spirit. Always something good to pour into your spirit. You may not know what's going on in their lives, but just seeing your face and being in your presence may be enough for them. Like sometimes you go to, when you go places, God may say, place it on your heart. Give that person, you could be at a restaurant and you could feel like, let me get that person, you order your food or whatever. You know how sometimes the receipts come back and it's already letting you know, if you want to give 10% tip, 15, 20, 25, whatever percent tip, God may say to you, get that person $100. And you're in the tip percentage is nowhere near that. But God may say to you, I blessed you with that money to give to somebody else, right? You could have just helped somebody get the amount of money that they need to pay their rent, and you had no idea. So that's the beauty of water, the flow of water. You want that flow of creativity, that flow of information coming to you from Source. You want that flow of things coming to you that you ask God for, whether it's money, which is energy, friends, which is energy, love, whatever it is you want that free flow of that coming to your universe. So let's get ready to close this out, Cancers. Let's get ready to close this out. Let's pull a few more cards and we're going to go ahead and close it out. But that's what I'm seeing for you all. So get ready to live your absolute best lives. You've earned it. Like I said before, you got a lot of major changes going on. Something from your past is over. You know, something that was a nightmare with two energies in particular is over. It's just over. Because again, God is teaching you how to, for however it's over, you know, however it's over, whether they burned you one last time or you had an awakening, an epiphany, however it's over. Remember, this is a general reading, so, but however it's over, it's over. Here we have the Queen of Cups, the Knight of Cups. We have the Nine of Cups. We have the Seven of Swords, the Eight of Swords, and also the Knight of Swords. So, a lot of sword energy. Wow, this has been a lot of thinking about some things. Boy, I tell you, but God exposed some energies. God exposed who they are. And at least what chapter of their lives they're on, or God has exposed the frequency that they're on. And so sources say, just, you know, you stay laser focused, like a person getting on their motorcycle and getting as far away from it as possible through your thoughts, physically and through your thoughts. Get as far away from it because it will keep you sabotaging yourselves. These two people are the same people, but this person is self-sabotaging by sitting there, you know, when you were in situations and wouldn't leave some situations behind. God is like, that's self-sabotage. Why would you keep hurting yourself when I keep showing you that something is off, something is wrong? When I say off, I mean on a different frequency than yours. That's what I mean by off. So definitely not talking about, I don't joke around with mental health because I know there are a lot of people who are going through a lot of things in their lives. And, but you got to know, Cancer, that Source is saying to you, learn how to know when to go ahead and move on from things. You know, because your default is to mother things, but you have to know, you know, if things don't have to get so bad where, you know, people are cutting into your money, cutting into your reputation, cutting into, you know, your ideas. And I'm going through the elements when I'm saying this. They're cutting into your finances. They're cutting into your ideas. They're cutting into your thoughts. You know, they're just making it a hellacious situation. They're cutting into your emotions. Source is like, only person that can save you from that is you. Only person that can save you from that is you. That's why when people are like, they got a lot on their mind, they go straight in. Sometimes people go into escapism and they start drinking, they start eating unhealthily, they start, you know, getting around other people that's on that same frequency, and you attract people who are gossiping about the energies that have hurt you. And sources like, that's not where I want you to be. I want you to be on a higher frequency because somebody's going to feel like emotionally they have hit the jackpot. Emotionally, you're going to feel like you've hit the jackpot because now you've released all of those energies. And here we have the Queen of Cups. So Source is saying you're a very compassionate person. You're still a compassionate person, but now they have your assignment in their lives is over. It's up. It's up. It's over. It's a wrap. It's done. There's nothing else to talk about. There's nothing else to, you know, entertain. It's over. It's done. It's over. Let's see what else we got going on here. Let's see what else we have going on here. Let's see what else we have going on here. So yeah, Source is saying to you, you're an extremely smart person. Your heart is in the right place when it comes to people, but you also got to know when to stop yourselves. Like when to move on. Here we have the Two of Swords, the Queen of Swords again, the Eight of Swords again, Nine of Pentacles, the Emperor card, and also the Three of Swords. So somebody that you were dealing with definitely has a God complex. They could have been in a leadership position, or they could be an older person, you know, in your family, or you know, leadership position at work, or older person in your family, or older person that was a friend of yours or something like that. Somebody that you would have normally looked up to and kind of sort of to some degree is like they have boss energy. But then after they burned you, you realize, okay, this person really has a God complex. They are not apologetic in the least bit. They're not apologetic. They don't really care about how they hurt people. None of those things. They're just on a different type of frequency, right? So again, Source is taking you into financial independence, and there's nothing that they can do about it. Here we have the Eight of Swords twice. Again, two energies in particular. I mean, just plotting and planning. This right here, just plotting and planning, and they were exposed. And if they weren't exposed, they will be exposed. But Source is saying stay as far away from those energies as possible. Do not step down off of your throne when it comes to these energies, as God is giving the information to you. That's why it's important for you to stay near water. God is going to send the information to you to let you know exactly what it is, because somebody was in complete and total denial. Like somebody just didn't really want to believe that somebody could be that cutthroat. And as heartbreaking as it is, it's the truth. So you can't mother everything. As much as you all may want to say, that person may not have been nurtured the way they needed to be nurtured growing up, or, they may have some other cutthroat people around them, and I don't want to be like that. The people that they've experienced. Sources like, it's time for you to pack it up. It's time for you to pack it up, Cancer. It's time for you to detach from their universe altogether, because they are just that cutthroat, to a point that you'll think to yourself, I cannot believe I'm in this hell. I cannot believe I'm in this hell. So this is not the time to go play savior. We don't have the power to save people. The Four of Swords, we have the Ten of Swords, we have the Five of Wands, we have the Six of Cups, the Nine of Wands, and also the Hermit card. And so, yep, the Ten of Swords came out. Ten of Swords lets me know they're still talking about you, despite all the stuff that they did about you. The fact that some of them even stood around and watched people assassinate your character. Sources like, just leave it all behind. Here we have the Hermit card. This is God's way of saying to you, at a higher frequency, I'm going to send you all the information you need to know about energies. But you're on the other side of a long and arduous journey. Do not go backwards. Even if you're hearing voices calling from the depths of hell, it's because they're battling their own demons within. And so sources like, it's two energies, like I said, in particular, Five of Wands came out twice. Two energies in particular. They have a God complex. It's interesting when people abuse their power. Like, you hear sometimes when you hear people have like narcissistic mothers, who expect their children to nurture them, but they never nurtured their children the way that they needed to be nurtured. Or even narcissistic fathers, let's say narcissistic parents in general. They expect their kids, like when they're going through rough times, when they sent out negative energy to the universe and it's coming back to them as bad karma, they're expecting their kids to all gather around them and give them the hugs and the kisses and all of this other stuff. And then they'll tell their kids, basically they should be grateful for the roof they had over their head. Well, guess what? The child did not ask them to go along with the pregnancy or go along with taking care, so that's something that should be the norm, parents wanting to take care of their kids. But, when it's almost made to you, for you to feel like you're guilty, because as a child, you don't know what to do. You don't really know how. You just like, okay, well, I learned how to, okay, I guess I'm supposed to hug them. I guess I'm supposed to feel some kind of way. But then as soon as they got sucked all of the water out of you, it goes back to, I'm going to give that water to somebody else other than you. And so same thing with some of your relationships at work, sucked all the water out of you, all the nurturing they can get, and turn right back around and bite you like a snake. So I think you all got the message. Source is saying, just get your rest. Have childlike faith when it comes to this, moving forward. It's part of your journey of just learning that when your assignment is over in people's lives, it's time for you to move on and not just stay in that space where you are just, grappling with, I'm not sure, I don't want to feel bad. I don't want to, just cut people off. You better get that sword out. You better get that sword out, or get that machete. In this case, you got one side is a smooth side, but get that machete out. Just go ahead and cut ties. Stop thinking about it as if they don't even exist in your world anymore, because they don't. They really don't. Inner power. There we go. Give me the courage and the power to do what needs to be done. That's right. Because this lion right here, when we think about lions, especially when you're watching the Animal Channel and you're thinking about lions and you're thinking about pride, right? Being prideful over. So if you're going to be proud, it's not pride and arrogance. It's more or less like, I'm proud of how far I've come. I'm no longer matching people's energy. Instead, I am saying I set the tone for my universe. And my tone is a very positive, very authentic, very sincere, very nurturing tone. But I'm not mothering anything or I'm not nurturing anything that's going to hurt me, in the long run. I'm not mothering anything like that. So show the world the real you. Aquarius is a is an air sign. It's a fixed sign, and it's sword energy. Be fixated on cutting those types of energies out of your life. Cutting them out in word, thought, and deed. Cutting them completely out of your life. Because these energies, just so we're crystal clear, your definition of love, trust, healing, gratitude, compassion, connection, and forgiveness are the polar opposite of theirs. That's why they have to exist from a space of saying, I'm mother or father, or I'm older than you are, or I have more seniority in a business than you do, or they always looking for that I have a reason to exist in this very low vibrational energy. And rather than saying I'm sorry, I apologize to you for hurting you, or I see your side of it. They're not interested in a conversation about how they may have done something to hurt you. If anything, they're only interested in covering up and pulling in other energies that's on that frequency that will further feed their demons. Somebody better get into it. Here we have milk and butter. 25, 2 plus 5 is 7. 7 is the number where God is connecting it, making it make sense. That's what I'm saying. Stay near your element of water. Like the law, with all the majority of cards out here, besides the major arcana, because you're going through major life changes, stay near water as much as you can. Spiritual baths, spiritual showers. If you can get to the middle of an ocean on a ship, that's even better, for real. And I'm not trying to be funny when I say this, because that's the depth of hurt that somebody has experienced. And so Source is like, we're trying to wash out all of that. We're going to wash out all of that hurt so that you can hit a huge reset button. So milk and butter. Here we have, like the silk off one's flesh, I am the giver, I am eternal. See how this person is like, they're in a pool of milk and butter. Source is trying to like, really, your life is like butter. It's just like amazing. Everything is easy breezy, smooth coming across your path. Leave the past behind. Just leave it behind. Let's see what else we got going on here. Let's get ready to close it out. Let's get your number cards. So yeah, I do see somebody spending a lot of time on boats, ships, near water, a beach, spending a lot of time, beach house, buying a boat, being somewhere where there's a lot of water, so that you know, oh my God, I'm about to go into that default again of nurturing something I probably shouldn't. Number 4, I am stable. See, this is what people have been telling people. You are unstable. See how water is? It takes on the shape of anything you put it in, whatever container you put water in. They want your water to be shaky. They want you to be spilling your emotions all over the place, crying one minute, cussing somebody out the next, can't control yourself, Cancer. You know what? Even if that was you in the past, it's not you today. Okay? The you today is like this. I'm sitting on my throne. My water is right here. You're going to have to earn my emotions, because at this point, I have 0 F's to give when it comes to people who have hurt me and keeps trying to cut your money in half by trying to cut your reputation. They're trying to cut your credibility. They're trying to cut all of that in half. I have 0 F's to give. And y'all can figure out the word F if you want to. It's fire. But I have no more. I have no emotions to give. And the fire would be like the boiling. I know what y'all was thinking. See, I know what y'all was thinking, Cancer. The 0 F's to give, I have 0 fire to give to it. I have no more. I'm not giving any of my solar plexus chakra energy to this anymore. I'm not giving any more energy to your bullying, to your narcissism. I'm talking about low vibrating solar plexus. I'm not giving any more energy to your narcissism. You trying to cause me to be emotionally, chronically fatigued. I'm not giving any more of air or water to it. I'm not giving any element to it whatsoever. It's outside of my universe. So I am stable. You bring stability and rationality to any situation, Cancer. You are the rock, and your hard work and perseverance make you a dependable friend, partner, and colleague. That's all. That's enough said right there. Enough said. Number 4, you're rooted and grounded. So Source is saying, keep being you, Cancer, but get that other energy, kick it out of your universe today. You don't have any more room for it. No more room for it whatsoever. None whatsoever. So like I said before, with all of this intellect that you have, a lot of people know that you're extremely smart. They were banking on the fact that you have a big heart, and that they would be able to manipulate your water, your emotions, your joy, all of that. Well, we can just tug on Cancer's heart one more time and see if Cancer has any feelings. No more feelings for you. Goodbye. You remember the Jerry Springer? You remember Jerry? I don't know if who watched Jerry Springer. Remember the soup Nazi. He was like, no soup for you. So that's how you all are like, no water for you, no water for you, and no water for you, right? You're outside of my universe. Your time up in my life that is closed out airtight, and I'm moving on. So that's what I have for you, Cancers. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you all on Motivational Monday. Bye.